Well, that was pretty impressive. And to be honest with you, I didn't think that was going to happen, but I'm glad it did. Also, welcome back to KU Review. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockChalk01, and yesterday, whenever you're watching this, the Kansas Jayhawks return to the gridiron to start their 2022 campaign in David Booth Memorial Stadium against the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles and absolutely destroyed them by a final score of 56-10. Yeah, so before I get started, I'm bringing the KU Review back, which I haven't done since March, so right place, right time to do it. But my goodness, this team looked incredible today, and I said in my KU football predictions that I would be happy with a 2-score, maybe even a 3-score game. This was nuts. We killed them by 46, which we haven't done that to a team in like forever. The last time we put up 50 plus points in a season opener, we got to go all the way back to 2016 against Rhode Island. And we ended up outscoring them, or outscoring that team in this game by 1. So, yeah, a lot of good things happened. There were a few bad things in there, but yeah, it was an impressive win. So with that being said, for those of you who don't know, I give positives and negatives about the game. I give a player of the game and a player who needs to improve. So without further ado, let's do this. Also, kind of fair warning, I am like a little stuffy and my voice is on its verge of coming back. Yeah, I did go to the game, so bear with me. Let's get things started with the positives, and boy howdy, let's start with the offense, because my goodness, that was really impressive, especially when it comes to KU's run game. KU almost put up 300 yards on the ground. They had 297, and then also compiled with the 205 passing yards that they had. KU, for the first time this season, and it seems like forever, put up 500 yards in a game. They put up 502 on the Golden Eagles. And again, that was still impressive. I mean, you got 21 first downs. Your third down efficiency was spot on. 6 of 8 for the entire ball game. And you did all of that in just 49 plays, which is really, really good. Now, talking about the offense, the defense, stellar. They did great too. They held Tennessee Tech to 190 yards of total offense, which includes 97 passing yards and 93 rushing yards. Which, gosh, when was the last time KU held anybody to under 100 yards passing or 100 yard rushing yards in a game? So, great stats there. Also, the defense did really well on making sure that Tennessee Tech didn't pick up any third downs, because the Golden Eagles were held to 4 of 17 on third down conversions, which was incredible. And we picked them off once, and also had one of the biggest plays of the season so far, and I will go and talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, great plays. To the negatives, and the negatives are just a tad bit nitpicking things. Turnovers was the big thing in this one, as KU did get outplayed in terms of turnovers. They had 3 in the ball game, which were 2 fumbles and an INT, and then penalty yards. 4 penalties, but for 40 yards, really hurt the Hawks in a little bit of, in some ways. And once you get to that tougher competition, which, yeah, I'm going to say Tennessee Tech wasn't that tough in this situation, but they had, once you get to, like, you know, your conference opponents and maybe a few non-conference that are just up there, yeah, the penalty and the penalty yard need to just drop. So, I mean, 4 in this game, I'll take it, but you don't want to have those penalty yards be that drastic. So, yeah, with that being said, those are my positives and negatives. My player of the game. Now, this could go, honestly, to anybody, and I'm actually going to give it to 2 guys because they absolutely deserve it. The first guy that I'm going to give it to is our newcomer transfer, and that's going to be Lonnie Phelps, our defensive presence. My goodness, he was incredible. 7 tackles, 4 of them for loss, and 3 sacks. This dude was a beast, including a couple of these sacks that I found just last night. I mean, this guy had length. He could go after the quarterback and get to them at an alarming rate and just take them down to the turf. So he played great. I mean, there's also other guys on the defense side that they should get credit as well. But Lonnie, he's a good candidate for player of the game. The other good candidate is going to be Devin Neal. My goodness. I talked to him this summer, and he set a goal for himself, and that was 1,500 yards. Already, the dude's on pace. 4 carries for 108 yards and 2 trips to the crib, including this 80-yard touchdown run. My goodness. I mean, the weird stat is that his first touch of the ball game was a touchdown. That's saying something. And I mean, there's other guys on that running game that you could say should be up there for player of the game. I mean, you got Savion Morrison with 8 carries, 70 yards for a touchdown. You got Daniel Hishaw with 5 carries, 56 yards in the score. But ultimately, you got to give it to the guy who put up 100 yards in just 4 carries. So Devin Neal and Lonnie Phelps are going to be my players of the game. Now, the player who needs to improve, I'm going to say Ky Thomas. Ky kind of struggled a bit. He had 7 carries for 15 yards on 2 yards per carry. So he just couldn't get a seam, it seemed like, in the way. And he started the game, so he would get like maybe a few plays here and there. And he had one that he broke that was about 20 yards, but they took that back because of the penalties. So yeah, I mean, Ky kind of struggled, but with KU's run power, I think he'll fit in fine. So it's just the nitpicking here. So with that being said, Ky Thomas is going to be my player who needs to improve. Now, before I go, I just want to put this out there that KU had one of the most dominant plays that I've seen in recent years, and that was a blocked field goal attempt that was ended up returned for a score by Jacoby Bryant. And my gosh, Kobe took off. It ended up being called 60 yards on that return for a score, but Kobe, I got to give you credit for that return for a score. So, yeah, that was insane. But yeah, that's going to do it for my KU review of KU versus Tennessee Tech. Again, the final score, Kansas 56, Tennessee Tech 10. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Push that notification bell. Tell your friends about these videos. And I should see you again for the next review as KU will travel to Morgantown, West Virginia to take on the 0-1 West Virginia Mountaineers. But yeah, with that being said, have a good day. Never ever bring exotic dancers to the field house, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.